Gen 3's been added. So what's up, guys? So there's a lot of stuff going on right now, and well, not really, but there is still some stuff going on. So we're going to talk a little bit about it. I'm still looking for a shiny Pikachu, which sucks, but there's a nest migration about to happen in 3 days, I believe, this Thursday. So take a look at it. But let's talk about a little bit about what has been the talk of the town for this past weekend. So I don't know if any of you guys know, but another YouTuber, Trntips or Nick, made a video talking about Pokemon Go is not fair, and a lot of people was upset about that video, saying that, you know, he was overprivileged and everything, and how can he say it's not fair and when he's getting everything he wants and stuff, blah blah blah. So I really don't like doing response videos to other people's videos, but there are some things that I do not agree with that has gone on. The one thing I do not agree with is the fact some of those Pokemon trainers who have YouTube channels, who are big in YouTube channels, were able to go to Japan and get into the stadium event when they weren't. They were just given the tickets instead of, you know, waiting in line for them, or however the tickets were given out to the public out there. So I think that part was very unfair. Yeah, they're media and whatever like that, but it's not like it was like at Pogo Fest in Chicago, because they were invited by Niantic to go to the event and be the media at the event. In Japan, they weren't invited. They went on their own to, you know, participate in the Pikachu Outbreak event, and they petitioned Niantic to get tickets to go, and Niantic provided them. I don't think that was fair for Niantic to do that. I think they should have been told them, hey, sorry, we don't have any. We appreciate y'all, the hard work you guys do, but we don't have any tickets for you guys to be able to go in, because it wouldn't be fair for everybody else who was in line for it. I mean, the Chicago event, all of them bought tickets to Chicago and were planning on there regardless. It's just that, you know, Niantic's like, hey, you guys are planning to go, we're going to go ahead and just pay for everything, reimburse you for everything that you've paid for, and set up a media tent for you guys, which was great for that part. But, you know, going forward, I think any other event, if these guys aren't going on their own and actually getting the tickets on their own and doing everything on their own, I don't think they should be allowed to get these extra stuff for free. But enough of that. That's what I just don't. That's the only thing I don't think was fair, in my opinion, and just me. I don't know. There's a lot of other stuff that I don't think is fair in Pokemon Go, but what can we do? We have to play the game. We love the game. We're gonna play it regardless, and I'm gonna keep playing. I'm gonna keep making videos. But in the meantime, I do think there are some things that Niantic can improve on, okay, in the game. So here's my list of 8 things that I think Niantic can improve on Pokemon Go. Number 1, a sightings tab. We have a nearby tab and we have a raids tab. So we know there can be tabs in that section because we know majority of the Pokemon are not just hanging out at Pokestops. That's us. We're hanging at Pokestops, especially when we put a lure on it. But out in the wild, there's other Pokemon. So I think there should be a sightings so we can be like, oh, there's a wild Snorlax chilling somewhere out here out in the wild, or you know, a wild Eevee. Everything's not at a Pokestop, so I think really they should put a sightings tab. We know they can put tabs in because they put one for the raids, so let's do it. And they've also done one for the eggs, so just, you know, just slide it over. So it should be a nearby sightings and then raids tab in that whole section right there, so we can see a bigger majority of Pokemon that are around instead of just knowing what's around a Pokestop. Ability to do raids better, and this is probably a big one right now since raids are brand new, and in the last couple of weeks, about a month now, yeah. It's been a month since Pokemon Go Fest, and I think we've been spending a lot of money on raid passes. I mean, if you're not spending money on raid passes, that's great. That's great for you. For everybody who went to Pokemon Go Fest, who has the extra money from Niantic, you haven't spent money, but you're using that money towards raid passes. In essential, you know, it's just going right back to Niantic, and pretty soon you're end up paying money anyways. I think there's some things that can be doing for raid passes, and then one of them is maybe they'll be able to stack the free raid passes, because I mean, think about it, during the week, especially when school's coming back in now, you're not going to be able to go out and do raids as much. So say you just go to a gym, collect your Pokemon, your raid pass for the day, and then the next day you'll be able to stack them, and then on the weekend you have 5-6 raid passes for the weekend to go out and play. I think that'll be a lot better way for people to be able to play and continue to do raids on a continuous basis instead of just doing one raid and then that's the only raid they get to do for the day if they're not buying raid passes. And it'll help save some money, and you know, majority of the thing is like, we don't want to keep putting money into the game. We don't mind it if we do it, but we don't want to like every day have to pay for more money to play the game. So I think that'll be a great way to keep players playing and playing on the raids, and then who knows, they might still have to buy, you know, they still might buy raid passes. Another thing is to allow level 1 and 2 raids be free. You won't need a raid pass, you can just go accomplish those raids, because those are the ones that you can do on yourself. Like I said all the time, like level 1 and 2 raids can be done by yourself, solo. But level 3, 4, and 5, or 3, 4, and legendaries, they should use a raid pass, which you either use your free one for the day or you buy one. So I think that a combination of those two would be great, but either one of those two will still be good. Number 3, official IV checker for the game. This way we can know what our IVs for our Pokemon are, instead of just knowing what their highest IV is. I think that can be added to the appraisal, like after you does a full appraisal saying, hey, this is a wonder, HP is this best, and it exceeds expectations. Pokemon and such has an IV rating of 89%. So I think that can be added into the appraisal system. That would be a great way That way we won't have to be going through a third-party tracker or third-party IV checker to figure out what our IVs are for that Pokemon. Number 4, Pokemon Go Plus update. We need an update to Pokemon Go Plus. This thing right here? Yes. Pokemon Go Plus update. I think it should be, it needs to be able to stay synced longer. It needs to be able to actually spin the photo disc at gyms, because it doesn't do that now. So that would be something good right there also. And maybe, maybe that could be also add into, if you have it connected to the game, you'll be able to pick up Pokemon or try to catch Pokemon and Pokestops on the way if you're driving. That'd be a way, because that way you're not distracted. You can just hit the button and keep going. You don't have to look at your phone or anything like that. So that might be an update, but definitely be able to spin the photo disc in the gyms. I think that is needed because it doesn't do it now. Number 5, I think we should have a special avatar item for those folks who attend any of the special events. We love the medals, but nobody knows that that person attended an event. When Pokemon Go Fest came out, everybody was able to get the Pokemon Go Fest shirt no matter what. So everybody has one if they wanted one. I mean, it's like, but how do you know somebody went and somebody didn't go without them telling you or something like that? You know somebody's level 40 because when you see their avatar in there, it tells you level 40. So we know. I think a special avatar item would be great to let people know, oh, this person has been to a special event or something like that. So just saying. Number 6, the ability in the old system, you would go to the gym and train it up in order to try to put your Pokemon into the gym. That's how you got your trainer medal, because every time you went in to train on the gym, you got another point towards getting the trainer medal. Now you don't train up a gym, you just put your Pokemon in, and after 6, that's it. But I think, and this is just a way for it to do it, since we battle gyms and we get a medal for battling gyms, if you put your Pokemon into the gym, you should be able to obtain a point towards getting a trainer medal. That is best, because right now, then at that point you are a trainer in that gym, and that's the only way I can see. The only way and the easiest way for us who don't have the trainer medal to be able to obtain the trainer medal. Number 7. Stop moving the regional exclusive. That takes away the exclusivity of that Pokemon if you're moving them around. Kangaskhan has been seen in Europe, and it's been seen in California. So it's like, it's not even fair, you know what I'm saying? And Mr. Mime's been in Japan. Why are the regional exclusives moving? They're called region exclusives for a reason. Leave them as region exclusive. Don't move them around. Leave them out there where they are. Okay? So, that's it. I ain't got nothing else for it. Leave the regional exclusive alone. Let them stay where they are. That makes it more exclusive because only certain people will have that Pokemon. last but not least, and actually I'm actually looking at this right now, is we need an app for the Android Wear. Apple has it for their iPhone, iWatch. We should be able to do it on Android Wear also. I mean, a majority of the people have Android phones, not iPhones, but Android phones. So why can't we have the app onto the Android Wear and do the same thing as it's a tracker and everything like that, so we can walk with our get our kilometers and everything like that, and it lets us know when a Pokemon's around. Like the same thing that the iWatch does. I don't know why I keep saying iPhone, but iWatch does the same thing. So why can't we do that? It needs that. It's about time that it does that. It's not something hard. It's not some legal stipulation like the special codes that you could put in for on the Android versus the iPhone when you can't, because Apple wants a profit off of it or something like that. I don't know what the legal thing is about not being able to use the codes into the game, but I mean, come on, really? Really? I'm gonna need you guys to add Pokemon Go to the Android Wear store so it can be used on the watches. Let's do it. Come on. Alright. That's my 8 things to improve Pokemon Go. Now, yesterday, it was seen that Niantic actually released a update. Proper English, Vegas. So, in the new update, there's a couple of things in there. There's an introduction to a super incubator. What it does, your guess is as good as anybody's. Don't know. There's no information about what the super incubator does. It does look pretty cool. It is purple. So as soon as we get it, we can figure out how it is. We don't know if we're going to have to buy it or if it's going to be dropped into if you're spending Pokestop, or as a reward for doing a raid or something like that. Might be a good way to, might be a good way to do in is to drop incubators every once in a while in a raid rewards. Good idea, Vegas. Make that 9 things to improve the game. Raid additions and bug fixes. Update to the looks on the raids. Bug fixes to the timers, lobby, and network issues. So does that mean no more network errors when you're battling in a raid? Well, we'll love that, because it's ridiculous. It can get ridiculous, and I thought I was the only one still having the network errors, but people I do raid with have the same problems also. So that's yes. Thank you for fixing that. We'll see. There's been a new look for shiny Pokemon. It's saying that the sparkles that are in the background and effects of it will be different, a little bit more prominent maybe. I only have one shiny Pokemon. Actually, I had 2, but I guess I threw one away. But I do have a shiny Magikarp, so I'll take a look at that and see the difference. Metamon code. Metamon is the Japanese name for Ditto, and it's been used in the code, so that's something new. Instead of Ditto, it's Metamon. Don't know what's going to happen with that. We know several other Pokemon in future generations have transformed, so who knows what will happen there. You will be able to search by move sets, by your move of the Pokemon. So now you can look for all the Pokemon that you have that has Stone Edge for when you're doing legendaries and stuff like that. So So that's a good thing, maybe, if you know what's effective as far as doing the battles and everything like that. And oh yeah, Gen 3's code is inside this API. They're not released, and they probably won't be released for a while because we're still getting over the effects of having legendaries. But Gen 3 has been seen as in the code in the game, so they're in there. The codes are in there. The sounds are in there, are not in there, but the candies are. So that's a good thing. So we know they're getting ready to do something with Gen 3 sooner or later. I'm thinking maybe in the fall, by that time, or they might do the same thing as they did last year, release it during the winter. Who knows? So yeah, that's news. That's your Pokemon Go news update for August 22nd, 2017. Well, it is past my bedtime already. I've been up all day, all night, and I was planning to take a nap and then head into downtown Chicago. Why am I in Chicago again, ladies and gentlemen? But I do have a task for myself, is to try to get a Moltres here in Chicago, because then I'll have all the birds, all the legendaries, one from Chicago at least. So I'm gonna go take a nap and try to do that later on today. Alright then. Like I always tell you guys, keep playing every day. Get a Pokemon every day. Spin a Pokestop every day. Spin a photo disc at a gym every day to get that raid pass. And do a raid. Do a raid every day. Whether, if you play by yourself and you have no groups, trust me, there's people out there playing legendaries already still. If you don't feel comfortable with that, at least do a level 1 or level 2 raid. They're easy. You can do them by yourself. Okay? In the meantime, I'm going to get some sleep. You guys keep playing. I will see you guys later.